It's Linda MacPhee's workshop. Here's Linda.
And you know when you hear that jazzy music, you know I'm busy playing the piano and getting ready for the crazy show. It's the Crazy Lady with the Crazy Sewing Show. You may have watched it before. We do all kinds of Fibre things. We do all kinds of fun things. We get you inspired. I have surprises, though. I always have surprises. And my first surprise today is one of those women. You may have seen them with the red hats and the purple dresses. They're all over the place. They're taking over the world, I'm hoping, I'm thinking. And I have one of the queens with me, Casey Burns. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, Linda.
And you are royalty for sure. Your group is called the
Red Hat Salsas.
Right. And you have some kind of saucy attitude, did you say?
Oh, we do. Saucy and silly, and just, we're out for fun.
So tell me, how did the whole movement start? What is the beginning, or how did you all decide to wear red hats and purple dresses?
Well, it began with a poem
that
was written in Britain by a woman called Jenny Joseph. It begins, "When I'm an old woman, I shall wear purple, with a red hat that doesn't go and doesn't suit me." And the rest of the poem goes on to say that...
Basically, the idea is, I've had enough of this regular stuff.
That's right.
I'm going to just go wild. I mean, I've lived my life now in a... So how old do you have to be?
Well, you have to be 50 or younger.
Okay. I see.
If you're 50, you wear the red hat with purple.
Okay.
If you're under 50, you wear a pink hat with lavender. Not quite as intense.
Okay, so there are qualifications here, but that's pretty well the only qualification, isn't it?
Oh, not quite.
Okay.
You have to be a woman.
Right, okay. All right, that's true. That's true. The men each are hard out. They're going to have some kind of a society, but not so far. So, sure. All right, shall we have a look? As I know you're so identifiable in these clothes, we couldn't resist, because being a sewer, I just have to say, yeah, let's make... And red and purple are beautiful together. So let's show you some of the things that we've done, and I know your gals will be happy.
Oh, they will.
So here we go with one of our jackets. So we thought, what could be better than red on one side, purple on the other?
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Oh, I love the designs that you've put on.
So it doesn't have our buttons on it, so it's not quite done up quite properly, because we have to get some purple buttons, and we're just waiting for the purple buttons. But let's take that one off, Leona, and I'll actually just take it from you. Yes. So there is our free motion frenzy, we call it. It's a base of purple with all the red and purple things on it, and I mean, it is just fun.
Linda, that is gorgeous. This fabric is so popular, and that purple is
that purple in the slinky, yes.
The royal purple is what we like to see.
We've had that slinky made especially for us, so it's we can get you lots of that, because that's our one easy dress underneath, and you could be wearing different jackets.
Well, you know, that fabric is hard to find.
It is, and it's non-wrinkle. It's very becoming, because I would suppose there might be some red hat ladies that are less than perfect figures. I shouldn't say that, but, you know, that happens.
We all have less than perfect figures.
Okay, thank you, Leona. And let's look at this next one, then. And we did this one just for fun. Just a little boxy Chanel kind of jacket. Turn around and let's see the back of this, because I thought it's important. You see, it says Red Hats Rock on it. And
that's fun.
Yeah. So it's just fun. And again, that's the whole idea of this game.
We're all about fun.
Silliness. It seems, okay, let's keep going. Here we go. And then we decided we would do sort of a long vesty thing, which is kind of fun. And we've got the red hats all over that. So turn around. I mean, why not?
Isn't that gorgeous?
Why not? Why not? And here we go with one more. I mean, these ladies take all sizes and all shapes, obviously. So here we go. And again, a tunic is just a real fun, vesty kind of half jacket kind of. Okay.
And it's just the right thing for when the weather is changing in the evening or in the different seasons.
So tell me a little bit more then about your group. You have meetings?
Well, we don't call them meetings. We call them gatherings. And when we do get together, we might be going on a romp, going on a train ride together to some other town. We might be marching in a parade. There are so many different activities we do. Some are very tourist-like, and others are attending high tea.
But you try not to have the traditional meeting then?
Oh, no, we don't follow Robert's Rules of Order. No, absolutely not. We might have a few strong suggestions. But no rules.
Okay, no rules. I like this. let me see. Do you have conventions? Do you?
Oh, yes, we do.
Okay.
In fact, there are some mini conventions that happen where there might be 100 or 200 ladies, and we have the larger ones where there would be 4,000 to 5,000 ladies.
Okay. Do you have things like fundraising things? Do you have a purpose? Do you have? I shouldn't say.
We do have a purpose, and that is fun raising.
As in fundraising, not fundraising.
No. We take a few hours away from all of our usual charity work.
Yes.
Just for ourselves, to have a little silliness and fun.
Okay, and it is required then that you, when you have meetings, you wear the colors and you...
Yes, we do.
Yes.
And when we're all out in a large group, inevitably, there are others who come along and ask us all about
this
ourselves.
movement, you said there's a lot of you. Like how many? I mean, is this...
1 million around the world in 30 countries.
In 30 countries.
As of May 2005.
This is just booming, like just multiplying faster than we know, because there's a lot of people reaching that magic 50, and all of a sudden we're saying, yeah, I think maybe I could cut loose here. I've just been straight for too long. So.
Oh, absolutely. It's just so much fun. And we encourage others to join in with us.
When I was trying to find a chapter, you're one chapter of a number of chapters even in this area, and some of them are filled up like with 80 and 90 members. This is in one group?
Yes, and sometimes a group of that size will divide and form their smaller sister groups.
Okay. This is just fascinating. I mean, I guess I'm just going to have to get with the program here. And yeah, I've got the coat. I was going to show you how to do this coat, actually. This is just kind of the basically the sewing for a red hat, of course, is similar to sewing for anything. You're going to just make one coat, make the other coat, sew right sides together. I mean, that's the simple way. But I mean, red and purple are such a good combination. So you can. I've got my coat, so I've got part of the qualifications.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, well, thank you, Casey. This is wonderful. Don't you go away, because there's more good stuff coming up. I promised you we'd have fun on this show, and that's what we're doing today, that Red Hat business. If you want more information, go to redhatsociety.com, and you'll find out all about them. But now I have a wonderful thing to show you, and I have a guest with me, Wendy Rao.
Good morning.
Great to have you here. I would say, Wendy, wow, because, Wendy, you combine, how do you say this?
Well, I'm a fine artist, and I combine it with fiber arts. So I call it fine art, fiber art, fusion.
Exactly. So, for instance, this portrait here is this is a picture.
This is one of my daughters. I did a painting of my daughter.
Okay.
And it sat around for years, and I never finished it. I didn't know how to finish it. And finally, I had started fusing the fiber works that I've done all my life with painting. And I decided I would take this and turn it into a fiber work. And so that's what I've done right there.
So here is the finished product of that sew. How would you even begin here? You say you find fabric that looks like...
Yes, I do. I find lots of fabrics with very tiny motifs on them, something smaller than a dime.
Okay.
And differing values.
Okay.
And I make choices. I chose to have her skin be a very light color. So
really the only painting on there would be the eyes?
No, well, not in this case. I've got lots of little dots of acrylic paint.
Okay, so it is. Okay, so I just wondered if this
it's totally mixed media. There are sparkles and acrylic paint and fibers and yarns, fabric.
Yeah, texture.
And this particular daughter, she's a real sort of outdoorsy kind of child.
So
and she always wanted to have her hair wrapped up and do it Rasta style. So I really just used yarn because, you know, it's kind of rough. And she liked earrings. And she has Asian eyes, so I put two little motifs on the bottom corner, kind of Asian looking.
Yeah. So you had to kind of pass it by her first.
No.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't even know. She hasn't seen it.
Because this is also your
Yes.
Or your daughter.
And that comes from a photograph there.
Okay, so you have the photograph of her
my
to begin
granddaughter.
with. And
then I did that. That's an enlargement of it, but I did a painting of her, and I realized later that I had projected more maturity onto her than her chronological age had. So that's a painting. And then the fireworks.
And
yes.
I can see why you want to do it in fiber. I mean, lovely, painting is lovely, but it's just so exciting. It just comes to life.
And she's exciting, and so I put lots of beads and bugles and things on because I wanted sparkle, because she's a sparkly personality.
Yes.
And I've got Swarovski crystals just at the bottom of the eye there to give a glint.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I love the drape of her hand. It's
Oh,
just
yes.
so beautiful
Yes.
and peaceful and reposing.
And I'm sure she's delighted with that, Shirley.
Yeah, she loves it.
Yes.
Yeah. She's my favorite.
Can you
model.
sell that? That's your.
I don't know.
Right.
I know I
exactly.
couldn't.
No,
She's my favorite.
No.
So.
Okay, so let's go through these because you've just done some wonderful work. So, is there an inspiration for this one, or is it? Do you find the fabric first, and does that kind of?
No, I look for the faces first because I find that the emotion that one can find on human faces is so compelling. It crosses all cultural barriers, racial barriers, everything.
Yeah.
If I can see an emotion on a person's face and translate that into a fiber work or a painting for someone else, and if they get it, then that's successful for me. So that's what I do.
That's euphoric.
So this
I would
is
think.
David, and I've got paper bag here.
Paper bag?
Yeah, a coffee company.
Really?
Paper
Yes.
bag.
So it really.
I've got foil.
This almost looks like leather. I would think there's some leather.
That's paper.
Oh, paper
That's
again.
paper.
Yeah.
And I use Pigma
buttons.
pens, and I'll go in and draw if I want to, or
And
the
stitch.
free motion stitching.
Yeah.
I burned some of my own fabric in there. I heated that. It's got
Okay.
foil.
It gets better, guys. It gets better. I mean, I shouldn't say better. It just gets more.
And she's on a high. This is a coffee buzz. So she's got a paper bag, and if you can read the writing, then you'll see which company, which coffee she's had. Yeah.
Yes.
Her name is Estee.
And she's the polka dots.
She's just
give her spirit.
Yes, and I've done reverse applique on the eyes, so they're all different layers. In there.
Okay, and then these are just sort of
Paper and every kind of fabric, anything that would give me the texture that I
your
want.
fabric stash would probably be akin to.
It's an archive, let me tell you. And I don't tell my husband, and I never let him see my Visa card either.
Exactly. That's this has got. This has got such character to it. These are all the wrinkles. You said this fellow's been squinting all his life.
I've been to India last year, and I took candid photographs of people while I was away. And I came across this little old gentleman who was holding a gate to a museum. And he twisted his mustache for me, and he was just so vain about it that I had to take a picture of him. And I call this one Mr. Gupta's magnificent mustache.
Yes.
And he does have all of his face, his life, and his life experiences out in the sun are there like a tapestry.
Yes.
And so I free motion stitched in all of the squints and things. You can't even see his eyes. They're so far back in there, hidden.
Oh, magnificent.
So I love it.
Absolutely magnificent. Okay. And it just keeps coming.
And we can't escape sadness. And this lady had a very sad story, and which I won't go into for her personal reasons.
Certainly.
But she was very sad, and I wanted to portray that as strongly as I could. And so I used black thread and free motion stitched it, and I call that the line drawing.
Can we see a
portion.
close-up maybe even of this face business? Because there you see it in such detail.
So in part of my process, that's called the line drawing portion.
Yeah.
And she was not cloaked. Of course, artist license. I can make her have whatever I want on.
Yeah.
And I put green in behind because she needed hope. And green is for hope.
And red outfit gives her a little bit of hope as well. I would think anybody who wears red is better than gray.
It's lively.
Yes, it is.
This is me.
Oh, hey, this is good. This is good.
It was hard to do me. I had a girlfriend take photographs of me, and she caught me with my eyes open, and she caught me with my eyes closed, and I took the pictures home, and I had a hard time when I went to do it because I didn't want the wrinkles to show.
Exactly.
I made a mask. And there's a wink.
Okay.
So it's half the closed eyes and half open, and it's my joke. I'm not going to really let everybody see all of me. They can see a mask.
Yes, I think that's good.
And those are my hands, and I had to have them twisted.
Yes, and your fingernails are lovely.
Oh,
It's
thank
just,
you.
yeah. Oh,
Thank you,
yeah.
thank you.
I think doing yourself must be one of the most difficult things because it's
Every
that
artist is supposed
reality.
to do it, too.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, yes, I
yeah.
think we need to.
This is good. Oh, yes, this is good.
Of course, this man was not a clown. He was playing organ at my church when I went to practice for choir, and he'd always tell dirty jokes, and he'd laugh at his own jokes. It was totally inappropriate for the place.
Yes.
But I snapped a photograph of him one day, and then I took it home and I worked it into a clown, a jester.
Yes.
Because that's
really where he should be.
It's part of the personality I know of him.
Yeah.
And he's also an orthodontist, so look at the beautiful
Beautiful teeth. Beautiful
to do that.
teeth. Okay. Yes.
This is a gentleman that I saw in a marketplace about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He must be a peasant. He was probably going home at the end of a work day. And I saw him on the other side of the market, and I just turned my camera and caught this moment. And I realized later, after I got home and developed the film, that the man had the most amazing eyes. You would never see eyes like that in India, I know.
No.
And so I made sure I put some of the same fabric in there to carry it down.
Those eyes are just...
He has so much
and
dignity.
I like the texture, the shirt, the way it just sits there.
One of my
and everything.
shirts.
It's just, yes.
Yeah. And he did have big earrings. It was in North India, and men wear earrings there.
Okay, and then this one.
This is my granddaughter when she was very young. And there's a portion in here that is photo transfer.
Okay,
See
yes.
that? And I only did that once out of all the series that I do because photocopying is important.
So much to do. Okay.
This one.
And this one is
one of the gals who works at the store where I do.
So nobody is
there's
sacred
real
here.
peacock feathers here.
Lovely. Okay, then this one, I love that one.
And this one's my hairdresser. And I wanted to play. I've got black plastic garbage bag in here because hair is shiny. I've got fake hair, and I've got glitter on her eyes.
Brilliant. Okay, let's I want to know, how do you begin? Where does it start?
For demonstration purposes, I took a photograph that was just in a newspaper.
Okay.
So it's right out of the newspaper.
Yeah.
And I enlarged it.
Okay.
And then I took a pen and I divided up where the values were on the portrait and gave them numbers.
Different fabrics or different values?
They will be different fabrics.
Okay.
And then I divided it again, this size of picture.
Okay.
And this will get enlarged again.
Okay.
Then I picked a palette. So we choose a photo.
Okay.
We work with the picture, then we pick a palette. And that was my palette.
Okay.
For the face and the turban and the background and the hair. Then it's important to find out what the values are. So to do that, to take away the color, I went and photocopied it all.
In black and white.
And then I know. And if I've got things out of order, I'll know where they're out of order.
So you can't have everything in this value, is what you're saying?
Not at all.
It has to be...
Not if you want to get dimensions on the face. You have to have differing values.
So would there be a rule for that? Sort of a rule? Kind of a rule?
Well, just to know a value scale.
But you want to do one of these and one of these and one of these, or...
The closer you put your at least three fabrics go into a face. Okay. The closer you put them in value, the more subtle the changes are.
Okay.
And it will be more realistic.
Okay.
If you want to go more abstract, then you can jump. And, a very light one, and then a medium one, and then a real dark one.
So you then translated this into this.
I did.
So then,
it went to this stage next.
Oh, okay. There we go.
So it actually gets blown up about that size.
Okay, yeah. And
then it
we
goes
go to
this stage where I start cutting out from this. This becomes the template, and I cut out my fabrics, and I use a fusible web onto a black background. So I call the black fabric my canvas.
Okay.
And to get to this stage is the underpainting.
Okay, so this is good to see this next, because here is the transformation of this.
This is the finished work.
Oh.
So I've top stitched, I've free motion stitched everything in place wherever I would like it. I've used black thread to define it.
Yeah.
And if I want acrylic paint, which I did to bring out some highlights, or to blend, I did that too. I've done some couching. And there wasn't a hand in the original. I had to put it in.
Okay, and that's just perfect. It's just absolutely perfect.
Just that increase the composition.
I am so excited on this one. I want to do this. This is great. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Yes, yes, and I have to have one of these for my very own for sure.
Okay.
Don't you go away because we've got more stuff to come. We're having a great show so far. I mean, I'm just giddy with all those portraits. They were so beautiful. But my next guest does landscapes, and she is very famous in this field. So you'll go away after today's show just having to get your machine out and get dusted off and get at it. So, Joan, welcome back to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me, Linda. It's great to be back.
Good, because we've had you on many shows, many times doing many things.
Yeah.
I wanted to just talk about the dilemma with your art must be, how do you find the perfect fabric?
Exactly. And I teach this all the time, and people always say, where do you find the fabrics? Where do you find the fabrics?
And with Wendy, she could then paint on top of it, and that's a nice thought,
Yes.
but...
I would like to paint on it, but then everybody would have to have that talent.
Yes.
So I want the fabrics available to everyone, so
Okay.
it works out. And this is a perfect example of lots of different landscape fabrics. You needed many.
Yes.
You needed your lights, your mediums, your darks, and most people don't have this in their stash.
How many fabrics would be on this?
Oh, I never counted them, but
you'd
quite
say
a few, quite a
like,
few.
yeah,
So the
over
idea
100.
was put into my mind a couple years ago. This takes time to design fabrics. So I thought, okay, fine, I'll design fabrics.
That is the ultimate, isn't it? I mean, that is sort of the
think
ultimate,
so.
to be able to
I
design
think
your own
so.
fabric.
Well, I kind of just thought, well, how hard could it be? That's my attitude, right? How hard could it be?
Okay.
So well, plan A, I'll paint my own fabrics.
Yes.
Plan A didn't go so well. I learned I didn't really know how to paint.
Okay.
Even though my mother's an artist.
Yes.
And I grew up with that.
Yeah.
I just thought, oh, how hard could it be? But it was a little tricky.
Okay.
So plan B, Mother was coming for Christmas. I said, bring your brushes, bring your paint.
Yes.
And
Let's
we'll
paint
design
some-
fabric.
yeah.
No. She didn't feel like
Didn't-
painting. You
I
know
see.
how artists can be.
Okay, all right.
And she also, when I said paint water, she wanted to have trees along the shoreline. I said, no, that's another
Just
piece.
water.
Just water. So
It is difficult to paint
plan B didn't
work
go
out.
well.
How many plans are there?
there's D.
Okay, okay.
Plan C, take a lesson and learn how to paint. And when that was going fine, and I was really good with the stipple brush and, the really loosey methods.
Okay.
But Plan D was have the painting teacher and I, Lorraine
Do it together.
McAllister, we did it together. And
All right, so
between the
let's-
two of us, we came up with a line of fabrics.
So these are the ones that you've chosen, and these ones are you've actually painted.
Yes, we've actually painted them. So it was actually kind of fun creating it. We spent one summer, and we just had a blast. We had all kinds of fun. I mean, this one I did, I'm the stippler. You can tell the ones
Yes.
I've painted.
Is this going to be for skies? Was that? What would
no,
you
it's
think?
just like an all-over print. We're going to do rocks. We're going to do, this
Okay.
could be roadways. This could be water. But there's the same stipple print here for
Okay.
faraway shrubs. It comes
Okay.
in several different
I
colors.
mean, only you would know best what you really need.
Well, and I wanted the seasons, too. I wanted my yellow greens and the blue greens, and you could mix and match the seasons. And some things turn out differently. Like this is a wood that's meant to be for trees or old rustic barns. And we did it in green as well. Well, I found when I turned the green sideways, it made a faraway landscape.
Yes,
so
yes.
Kind of a double
How many
duty
would
print.
they allow you to do, or how many did you
Well,
start
we
with?
actually did a lot of them. Probably 50 or more. But they're broken into segments. So this is the first printing, which will be available right away.
Okay. Yeah.
And
This is not going to go anywhere but more. I can see it's going to
and then
multiply.
there's going to be sky fabrics and waters and
We're
spring stuff.
just pretty well out of time, Joan. This is fascinating. I think this is going to liberate all these kinds of things. So thank you on behalf of all the people that make this.
It's great fun.
Gotta go. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Join us again next time, and we'll have lots of fun on Linda MacPhee's workshop.
To receive the companion book for this series, send $19.98 to the address on your screen or call 1-888-MacPhee.